Hey everyone, and welcome to my design workshop. I'm so excited to be sharing some of my favorite design tips with you all today. You know, Chip and I have always believed that a well-designed home should feel both beautiful and functional, and a big part of that is creating a sense of flow from room to room. When your home flows well, it just feels more inviting and cohesive. It's like that feeling you get when you walk into a room and everything just feels right. And the best part is, you don't have to be a professional designer to achieve that feeling in your own home. In this video, we're going to be diving into my top 5 tips for making your home flow like a pro. These are simple, practical tips that you can use to create a more cohesive and inviting space. So grab a glass of sweet tea, get comfy, and let's get started. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Joanna, that sounds great and all, but where do I even begin? And that's a fair question. The first step to creating a cohesive flow in your home is to define your style. Think about the overall look and feel you want to achieve. Do you gravitate towards modern farmhouse charm? Or maybe you prefer a more minimalist aesthetic? Once you have a clear vision in mind, you can start to make design choices that support that style. This doesn't mean that every single item in your home needs to be identical, but it's important to choose pieces that complement each other and create a sense of harmony throughout your space. Remember, consistency is key. One of my favorite ways to create a sense of flow is by using similar materials throughout my home. For example, you might incorporate natural wood tones in your furniture, flooring, and even decorative accents. This repetition of materials helps to tie different areas together visually. Don't be afraid to mix and match different textures within your chosen materials too. For example, you could pair a rustic wood dining table with sleek metal chairs for a touch of contrast and visual interest. The key is to strike a balance between unity and variety. Remember, a little bit of repetition can go a long way in creating a cohesive and inviting atmosphere. Color plays such a vital role in design, and it's especially important when it comes to creating flow. I always recommend choosing a color palette that speaks to you and using it consistently throughout your home. Think about the mood you want to create in each space. Do you want your living room to feel calm and serene? Or maybe you want your kitchen to feel bright and energetic? Once you have a color palette in mind, you can start to incorporate it into your walls, furniture, textiles, and decor. Don't be afraid to experiment with different shades and tones within your chosen palette to add depth and dimension to your space. Scale and proportion refer to the size and relationship of objects in a space. When furniture and decor items are well proportioned, they create a sense of balance and harmony. On the other hand, when items are out of scale, it can make a room feel disjointed and cluttered. When selecting furniture, consider the size of the room and the other pieces in the space. For example, a large, overstuffed sectional might overwhelm a small living room, while a delicate cafe table would look out of place in a spacious dining area. Pay attention to the height of furniture pieces as well. A mix of high and low pieces can create visual interest, but it's important to maintain a sense of balance. Flooring is another important element to consider when creating flow in your home. Using the same flooring throughout your main living areas, like the living room, dining room, and kitchen, can create a seamless look and make your space feel larger. If you have different types of flooring in different areas, try using area rugs to tie the spaces together. For example, you could use a large area rug to define the living area and a smaller rug in a complementary style to anchor the dining space. Rugs are a great way to add warmth, texture, and personality to your home, while also helping to create a sense of flow. Well, there you have it, my top 5 design tips for creating a home that flows beautifully from room to room. Remember, creating a cohesive and inviting home is all about paying attention to the details and making intentional design choices. Don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it. The most important thing is to create a space that feels like you. And remember, it doesn't have to happen overnight. Start small, focus on one room at a time, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Thanks for joining me today.